The morning air is calm, cool, and alive with possibility. The soft glow of the sunrise drapes itself across the garden, casting long golden shadows over the formal flower beds. It's early, before the heat of the day arrives, and there's an unmistakable sense of peace, the kind of quiet that makes every task feel more intentional, more meaningful. Today's project is one I've been eager to finish for months, completing the lavender planting in the formal garden, while also tending to a little tree pruning that's long overdue. Standing here, surrounded by rows of green, the sweet fragrance of lavender lingers in the air, even though some spaces remain empty. That's the thing about gardens, they tell their own stories. Each empty space, each missing plant, feels like an unfinished sentence waiting for the right word. Earlier this season, I started filling these beds with one of my favorite varieties, sweet romance lavender. Its deep purple blossoms and compact shape make it perfect for this space. But as often happens, I underestimated. I miscalculated the number of plants I'd need and was left with gaps, open spots that disrupted the flow of this otherwise elegant planting. Finally, after weeks of searching, I managed to track down more of these coveted plants. It feels a bit like finding missing puzzle pieces. You can't help but feel relieved, excited even, when everything finally comes together. Today, with hands in the soil, I'll finish what I started, restoring the symmetry and rhythm of this garden. There's something deeply satisfying about completing a vision, especially one that has been lingering in the back of your mind for so long. But before diving in, there's something important to remember. Lavender, for all its reputation as drought-tolerant, is deceptively fragile when young. People often picture these hardy plants thriving in dry Mediterranean soils, but in the first year, they are thirsty, needy, and vulnerable. Their tiny root systems can't yet fend for themselves. And in this garden, with drip lines that don't always align perfectly with each plant, some have struggled, some, unfortunately, didn't survive. It's a humbling reminder that even the toughest plants have tender beginnings. They demand patience, attention, and care. That's gardening in a nutshell, isn't it? The constant dance between strength and fragility. Today, as I place each lavender into its forever spot, I'm reminded of the responsibility that comes with planting. It's not just about filling space, it's about giving life the conditions it needs to flourish. Kneeling down, trowel in hand, I water the soil generously before setting the first root ball in place. Dry roots in dry soil never thrive, so I take the time to prepare the ground. There's no rush here. Every placement feels like a promise, a commitment to nurture these plants until they can stand on their own. And with each plant settled into its space, the garden grows closer to completion. This process is repetitive, but in the best way. Pulling out the weak, replacing them with strong new starts, tucking soil back in place, and finally, marking each newcomer with a bright little flag. These flags might not be beautiful, but they serve an important purpose. They remind me which plants need extra care during the scorching days ahead. With triple-digit temperatures on the horizon, it's easy to see how quickly young plants could falter. These simple markers are like lifelines, guiding me back to the ones that need more attention. As I continue, I'm struck by the transformation. The once uneven beds now look balanced, whole, alive with the rhythm of repeating lavender plants. The fragrance grows stronger as the breeze moves through the garden, carrying the fresh scent of promise. It's remarkable to think that just a few months ago, these were tiny plugs, barely noticeable against the vast soil. Now, they've matured, spreading their compact forms and reaching toward the sidewalk's edge as if to greet every passerby. But gardening isn't only about flowers. It's also about structure, the trees, the larger shapes that frame the spaces and give everything context. So, once the lavender beds are complete, I head toward the locust trees in the peony garden. These trees have grown wild, their canopies drooping lower and lower until they graze the tops of cars driving beneath them. They've become obstacles, reminders that even the tallest, most enduring plants need shaping from time to time. tree pruning carries its own rhythm. Unlike planting, which feels nurturing and delicate, pruning feels decisive, almost surgical. It's about balance, about knowing what to remove so the whole can thrive. As branches are trimmed back, the light shifts. Spaces open up, revealing sky where once there was shadow. It's transformative, immediate, and deeply satisfying. Working from the back of the truck bed makes the task easier. No clumsy ladder dragging, no precarious balancing acts. Just clean cuts, one after another, until the path is clear, and the lane feels wide and welcoming again. When a large broken branch comes loose, snagged high in the tree from some long-forgotten storm, it crashes down with a weighty thud. There's something cathartic about it, the release of what no longer serves, making way for new growth. Stepping back, I admire the difference. The trees look lighter, more graceful, no longer heavy with dangling limbs. The air flows differently here now, cleaner somehow, as if the space itself can breathe again. Gardening moments like this remind me that beauty often requires letting go. A branch removed, a plant replaced, these aren't losses, but steps toward balance. And while the work leaves dirt under my nails and sweat on my brow, it also leaves a sense of accomplishment that's hard to put into words. The garden feels cared for. It feels loved. Each task, whether planting or pruning, is like adding another brushstroke to a painting that will never be finished, but will always be evolving. By the time the projects are wrapped up, the heat of the day has arrived. The sun is high, the air is dry, and the garden hums with life. The lavender beds, finally complete, stand as a testament to patience and persistence. The pruned trees, now lifted and open, frame the lane with grace. Even the small details, the flags marking the new plants, the extra emitters tucked into place, speak of intention and care. As I walk the garden one last time, I can't help but feel a wave of gratitude. Not just for the plants, but for the process itself. Gardening is never perfect. It's filled with trial and error, with surprises, with lessons that unfold one season at a time. But it's precisely in that imperfection that the true beauty lies. Every adjustment, every decision, every moment of care adds up to something greater than the sum of its parts. This garden, like life itself, is always in motion. And today, with lavender in bloom and branches lifted toward the sky, it feels just a little more complete.